Look at this. Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Or you could just let your kids be bored in the car because that's not going to hurt them. In fact, I'd say that teaching them to not have to be engaged by a piece of technology every single goddamn moment of their day will actually benefit them in the long run. Because as a kid, I grew up without an iPhone or an iPad in the car, and I turned out just fine. And so did the rest of humanity. So stop feeding into their addictions so early on in their lives. And again, like I said, just let them be bored. And then there's this woman who had her husband build a swing set for her kids in her backyard because she doesn't like the colored swing sets that you buy in person or online. She is happy that there's absolutely no color, no green slides or yellow swings, just plain beige colored toys, the way that she likes it. And I find it amusing how in the caption of this video she says, it blends in with her aesthetic and this makes her happy. Oh, I wasn't aware that you were the child. You built this swing set for yourself, despite the fact that you aren't going to be using it anywhere near as much as they are. Even though the swing set was built for them, they were still the second thought because the aesthetic came first. We've discussed this at length, but color is incredibly important for a child's cognitive development and their overall emotional well-being as they grow up. It's just not stimulating enough for their growing brains to constantly be surrounded by these neutral beige tones. I'm also tired of millennial mothers posting their children online in order to make money. Because this 7-year-old apparently said, when someone tells me I'm going to age fast because I have a skincare routine at 7 years old. What disturbs me the most is how this child is using an audio that is said by Sarah Lynn from BoJack Horseman, who, in case you haven't watched the show, was a child actress that eventually grew into a reckless, troubled pop star as an adult that eventually passes away because of an accidental heroin overdose. Why would you as a mother pick that audio out for your... Okay, whatever. And the reason that disturbed me was because of the video that was posted as a follow-up.
Go be somebody, bitch. Go clock in. Get the fuck off the internet. Go clock in.
You shouldn't be using your literal child as a way to earn money so that you don't have to work and so that you can sit back and relax while your kid earns the money for you. Like, why is the world normalizing this behavior? Go get a job! Tell me you're a millennial mum who has a crush on Bluey's dad without telling me. Girl, if you don't give that jacket back to your damn child, why are you crushing on a dog from a kid's cartoon? Because Lord knows that if this was my mum, I'd be slightly mortified. But that is nothing in comparison to what I'm about to show you. Because I'd be significantly more disturbed if I was ever friends with a mother who spoke about an animated dog from a kid's cartoon like this.
There's a show called Bluey. Have you heard of Bluey? It's Australian. The dog dad, I would fucking fuck his brains out. The dog dad, he's funny, he's kind, he's smart. I have never, yes, okay. He's a dog. And I have never been more attracted to anybody in my life.
Really?
And it is a cartoon dog. So funny, so kind, great father. I mean, I've masturbated to him.
You gotta go outside, touch some grass, meet some real men, you know what I mean? I completely understand why this entire segment was deleted from the original upload. But luckily, re-uploads of this very clip remain untouched on the internet because you, as a grown-ass adult, need to learn some damn shame. When people judge you for having an iPad kid, but they don't see what happens if you don't bring the iPad along. What? Genuinely, what happens? I am waiting. I genuinely love to know because to me, it looks like she's just sitting there calmly, using her imagination like kids do, and having quiet fun that isn't causing a ruckus, isn't causing any chaos or mayhem. I think you just want to give her the iPad over the smallest smallest inconvenience imaginable because that's just what you're used to doing. Stop letting the iPads parent your children. You are the parent, so you parent the children. There is so much wrong with this video that I don't even know where to begin. Firstly, your daughter was not in control of her gender while she was being developed in the womb. You should love your child regardless because they are a product of you. Don't destroy your own house in front of your very own daughter's eyes just to show her that you're incredibly upset over her existence. Secondly, congratulations, Father of the Year. She's gonna grow up absolutely terrified of you because this is how you behaved while she was a baby. And she will more than likely walk on eggshells around you in the future. But lastly, I read a really interesting comment under this video that said this. I'm assuming the real reason he's hitting the deck like a girl is because they're gonna renovate that deck. But Mama made some rage bait content to make her husband look bad on the internet. So either way, one of these parents is doing an absolutely horrible job. Because if this video is real, then your daughter will be able to watch it back in the future and think to herself, wow, okay, so my dad hated me from the day that I was born as a baby because he wished I was a boy instead. Okay, cool. But if it's like what that commenter said, then the mother is intentionally trying to create a narrative that the father of their children literally hates them and wishes they were born the opposite gender, despite him never saying those words and is simply just trying to renovate your deck. So either way, it's screwed up. And one of these parents is genuinely awful.
My boy said he was hungry, so I offered him sourdough. He said, "Oh no thanks, Mommy. I'll have normal bread." Another one of my boys chimed in and said, "Oh, Mommy, I'll take sourdough. I love your bread." I know you can't have favorite kids, but...
How does your child, not wanting sourdough bread, knock them off of the golden child pedestal that you created? He can't control that he doesn't particularly enjoy sourdough. Jesus Christ, when my mum used to make the family Sunday roasts for dinner, she would ask me if I wanted gravy with my meal. And I don't like sauce on my food at all. Period. I don't like it. So I'd always decline the gravy. But my siblings? Oh, they love their food covered in a river of gravy. Does that mean my mum hates me and thinks that my siblings are better than me and then creates a hierarchy in the household based off of what kids like the gravy or not? Absolutely not. She literally never cared in the slightest because you can't control what food people are going to enjoy or not. If you're bothered by crying babies on planes, that's on you to buy noise cancelling headphones. Mums deserve to travel too. And then in the caption, she says, crying babies are a normal part of life. Get used to it or get headphones. Are you even trying to do your job? Yes, crying babies are a normal part of life. But does that mean that you just get to sit there with the most smug look on your face and continue to let your baby cry without trying to do anything about it? No! Do mothers deserve to travel? Absolutely they do. But there are also several other people on that plane who paid for a ticket to be there just like you did. And they didn't sign up to listen to a crying, screaming baby the entire journey just because you don't want to take care of it. Don't expect the world to accommodate to you when you're not even attempting to try and accommodate to anybody else, you hypocrite. 34th day of Starbucks for breakfast. My new job is kicking my ass and I can't make breakfast for them. And then in the caption she writes, you cannot raise kids properly in accordance with society's standards and kick ass at your job at the same time. You can't make breakfast for them? Okay, they're clearly old enough to make their own damn breakfast in the morning, girl. My mum has to leave for work in the morning before my brother goes off to school. Is she gonna be driving him to McDonald's to get an egg McMuffin, a hash brown, and a hot chocolate every single goddamn morning? No. And does my brother expect so easily just tell them to pour some Cheerios into a bowl of milk or put some bread in the damn toaster and get the margarine and the jam out. Trust me, they're going to be just fine without their daily unicorn frappe at 7:30 in the morning. I did. The people watching this video did. So they will too. Using my son's pee to clear my skin, she says while holding a used diaper.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Why are you prioritizing having clear skin over not being nasty? This is absolutely not the remedy to fixing your skin. But even if it was, and it genuinely wasn't an old wives' tale, which quite frankly, I've never even heard this going around being an old wives' tale, so I'm not sure where you got this information from, but I do not care. Some of you are so scarily obsessed and infatuated with having nice skin, you can't even step back for just a moment and evaluate your legitimate mental asylum behavior just so that you can keep one little measly breakout away. I'd much rather just take the breakout, y'all. I'm so serious. Wash your face with a cleanser like the rest of the population does. Then, there's this woman who's cutting a cake in half, buying a bucket that says happy birthday on the front that includes several cookies that also say happy birthday on the individual packets. Then she puts an assorted bouquet on the table and lights 3 candles to have her daughter blow the flames out at the end of singing happy birthday to her. What on earth is a half birthday? Does anybody heard of what that is ever in their lives? Is it celebrating the day before their actual birthday? Is it celebrating exactly halfway through the year when it's just 6 months away? I'm extremely confused about this. Stop introducing new holidays that are not only highly unnecessary, but make absolutely no sense in the slightest, just because you are bored. Unpopular opinion. You don't have to use soap or shampoo on your kid with a thumbs up emoji. Well, is it an unpopular opinion then for me to say that you are just neglecting your child? Why are you not ashamed to admit to millions of people all across the world on the internet that you don't take care of your child properly? Everyone needs more than water. Tell me, would you wash your dishes without soap? I don't think you would. Why? Because water isn't enough to wash away the bacteria. Then there's a millennial mother out in this world who's allowing her child to post content that says POV, me when someone on Instagram calls me 7 years old, but that just means my skincare is working. What the hell? They're calling you 7 years old because you are 7 years old, not because your skincare routine is working. Why do you even have a skincare routine? Because you are genuinely 20 years away from even somewhat needing any sort of anti-aging skincare whatsoever. The only skincare you need right now is making sure you wear some sunscreen while you spend time outside during the summertime so that you don't get a sunburn. Why would a single mother on this planet approve of their child making content like this and then uploading it to Instagram? Because I know damn well a kid isn't coming up with an idea like this for themselves.
I volunteer! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute.
Finally? So you've been waiting to inject your very own daughter with filler, and you're actively enabling your very own very young daughter into getting Botox instead of what you should be doing, which is telling her that she does not need it whatsoever until she chooses for herself when she's well into her 40s and her 50s. This is depressing, and you should absolutely be ashamed of yourself. Anyways, guys, I'm not even a parent myself. I should not be telling these parents how to parent. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Mwah. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!